From 23dB Production Studios in the Garden State, New Jersey, this is The Art of Music Tech with your hosts, Fela and Dennis.
Let's go, and welcome to The Art of Music Tech. This is Fela, and over there is Dennis.
How you doing, guys?
All right, how are you, Dennis?
I'm fine. We just finished listening to 100 episode
of Roadie Free Radio with Larry. He was interviewing Steve Remote, the legend, in the New York area, and just all around
From
the country.
Queens.
Out of Queens, and his many mobile recording vehicles. I've gotten to see him in action in this.
We've seen him so many times.
Yeah.
Yes. Too.
Oh yeah, nothing like seeing it up close and personal. If you ever get to see some of the best recording stuff on the planet, he has. So shout out to him, and let me check him out one time. I think I checked him out at him recording at the Blue Note.
Oh yeah, he's doing all the New York gigs.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
yeah, all the heavy stuff. So
And the episode was cool.
yeah, it was
100th
really cool.
episode, Roadie Free Radio. Check it out, guys.
Yes, podcasts. They also have some video too. Check them
YouTube.
out on YouTube as well. They had video of this particular episode. They were on one of Steve Remote's recording trucks. So,
Yeah. You see the setup, speakers he's using.
Yeah.
And the great stories, like hour and 20 minutes.
Oh yeah. It was, just very, very good stories. Anybody that's starting out in audio, he's definitely the way to go. To check out what he did
At 17, or he started 17 or 19. Right?
Like 18. I think he started. Aura Sonic is the name of his
business.
And he's never worked for anywhere else.
Yeah.
Which is pretty hard to do in the audio game. But I think he had some internships in his earlier teens, and he figured out what he wanted to do and just went after it.
And he was passionate about it, so he would design and build all his cars, the tracks.
Yeah.
Like all the glass doors, so you can see where you at.
Yeah, exactly. So, man, it's pretty dope to see it in video too, as well, because you see all the
and you
the great
realize
gear.
how important. He realized it when he was 18, 19, a teenager. How important it is to start your own business or career and not working for anybody.
No, yeah, exactly.
I think it's important for any teenager.
Yeah, the cool thing is that he didn't go to audio school, but he decided to just buy gear
And learn.
with that $3 or $4 grand that he was gonna spend going to school. He's like, let me cut my teeth and
figure it out.
and boy did he. So shout out to that. That was a very interesting conversation, and just good to hear the backstory.
4 decades in the business.
Yep.
Doing something.
Since 1977.
I think, I'm not good with numbers, but I think it was 77.
Yeah.
And we just finished listening to it, and we thought it would be good to talk and share our thoughts on what it is to start a business, and especially when you're a teenager. When we started.
I was so. It seemed so much bigger when I hadn't started in it. I didn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
That was being from a small town in South Carolina.
No internet.
Yeah, no internet. At the time, it was just like, where do I even start? But I know I want to do this, and for me, it was like Mix Magazine was the closest I could get. And man, those things cost
Do they
about
still have it?
$15.
Oh, the paper version.
Yeah, they were expensive. I would get an episode, would get a magazine for like my birthday or something. Like it had to be it was
Exclusive.
so exclusive and expensive to deal with on at that time. But now, hey, you know,
Open YouTube.
yeah.
Here on, or I mean, you can see the stories. I see. Actually, yesterday I saw on Facebook someone sponsoring content and how to learn Logic, and then I was like, let me read the comments, and the first comment I read was like, well, if you want to learn the Logic Pro, right? Why would you pay somebody? Go on YouTube.
I know. Yeah, very true. That's been our go-to before now the funnel.
I mean, now we have internet. Steve Remote back in '77, he didn't have nothing,
yeah.
and he figured out how to start a business, not just how to turn on and turn off the preamp.
Exactly, and pretty cool, pretty amazing. Him just talking about the struggle of beginning, and it's very true. He said he didn't even take a penny for the first 13 years of his business. Just putting it all back into it to grow it, and
reinvest back.
And yeah, he's won Emmys and like some Grammy nods or something.
The whole point was
but you have to sacrifice as well.
Sacrifice and also be amazing, not just being mediocre. I'm okay engineer. I'm okay musician. No, the whole point
want to
is
push it.
Yeah, push it and be amazing at it.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, play guitar or engineer or I don't know, shovel. Whatever you do.
Oh yeah. This is not a business you can go halfway into.
Yeah, true.
It takes discipline and hard work and time. I think for both of us, it took over a decade to really start getting
and not
nicer
even seeing
gigs.
results.
Yeah.
The frustrating part, and you don't see results. First 10 years, goddamn.
Oh yeah. You got family members looking at you sideways, like, "What's going on?
What are you doing?" I think you need to figure something out.
Something else out. And it's what we all go through, and that's why I love hearing these stories and hearing other podcasts and hearing other people in our business, and it's like, oh, okay, it's right. We're all right in the same boat.
Yeah, human factor. That we're all different, but we're all the same.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Exactly.
We'll have to do 10,000 hours.
Same as business. I mean, it's pretty much the same. You just keep grinding, and sometimes you don't see results for a while. And
yes,
but again, please read books, read biographies of anybody that you
listen biographies.
Listen.
Podcast or
listen to
audiobooks.
biographies. Listen to podcasts and stuff like this, and you won't feel nearly as alone as just being in your own head trying to figure it out.
Yeah, especially when you're lost and you don't know where to turn and where to start. Start where you're at.
Even if you can't talk to the person that you really admire, just look at how they move. That's the best.
They show all the equipment they use.
Oh yeah, not even the gear. How they literally move. When I really wanted to expand and get my career going with bigger artists and stuff, I started really paying attention to how all the big engineers moved online.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that Chris Lord Alge that had a website,
killer website,
and it was like,
had Green Day and all the great bands.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't do that, but I knew I had worked with some decent artists, but it was also like, how can I take what he's doing and put my own
version
flair to it, and that's what all of this, you don't really recreate the wheel. You just kind of like, oh, I dig that, and do your own version. I mean, it won't be insanely obvious.
Websites are build a website, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we use
Not
Wix.
as hard.
Yeah, we use Wix.com and create our own websites. But yeah, we just realized that content. I realized at least 7-8 years ago. Oh, you really gotta have content that is undeniable
for internet
what you do.
platform.
Yeah,
for social media.
Yeah,
and all the internet is.
You never
exploding.
know who's looking.
And especially now, everything is on the phone. Everybody's on the phone watching and listening.
Yeah, exactly. So it just all comes around to that. Just being aware of the surroundings of who you respect, and there's some other engineers that had websites as well, but they just, I really liked how they moved online, and I kind of took heed to that of just keeping it to the work.
And you see how serious they are about their craft.
Oh yeah.
They put extra.
Yeah. Taking all of that and doing it for your own sake and for what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And you may even be in video or something else, it depends, but you can use that same work ethic towards anything. And as far as, social media and getting yourself out there, that's
it's all free.
Yeah, it's free, and you can get out there on yourself what you want out there. That's
I see Steve Remote. He's older than us.
Oh,
He's got
yeah.
more experience, but he's on social media too.
Oh yeah, you can see all of his. He posts a lot of the pictures from his gear and stuff, and some shows he'll work
During
on.
summer, he would post the videos, little snippets, and you can see what gear he uses, and so far so on. It's really, you can get to anybody and see what they use.
Yeah.
From
well, yeah, that's the bigger. Yeah, it just flips me out.
Different angles.
Yeah, you can actually get in touch with them. But even if you can't get in touch with them, you just see what they do, and what you like about it, and what you would like to take to as your own career.
And I learned from. You can probably get an internship with Steve Remote.
Oh yeah,
If you're in
and
New
he
York.
teaches you everything.
Oh yeah,
Yep, from the bottom to the
To the
top.
top.
That's his thing. So, but you gotta be ready to work and be honest, and get it going.
Yep, and because you have to come back tomorrow morning 6 a.m. You gotta come back Friday morning 6 a.m.
Oh yeah.
May sleep 2 hours.
And the whole point is for you to become your own engineer or whatever you want to get into getting better, learning and getting better at what you're doing to make money.
I think
is just, to keep afloat. So
technology in 21st century got so big that there are no limits to anything. You can bring one mic and a interface and record podcasts, drums, vocals in your backpack. We've talked about it all the time.
Oh yeah.
How easy. Just put it in the backpack and go places.
Yeah.
Record podcast, record audio, record film, record on set. You can use same exact equipment in so many ways. You can create your own opportunities and jobs nowadays.
Yeah.
E-commerce. You don't have to be, sitting in the office 9 to 5.
Oh yeah.
You can be sitting on your couch at home and editing for other people.
Yeah. That's what we've been able to kind of take the podcasting thing into other directions and working with other people. Again, shout out to our other podcast that we record and produce for, Unexpected Success with Joy Pratcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she gets great guests on her podcast, and
Yeah.
from the business side, and even Rich Young Lord, that was both the business side and the music business.
Yes, that's another great podcast to check out. He's still in the business. He owns a music publishing company, and he
In Atlanta,
also
right?
yeah, and he also flips houses up here in New York. So, I mean,
Making money.
yeah, making money and doing stuff he's into.
Mhm.
Ain't as the bigger
But you got to hustle still.
aspect. Yeah. I mean, but he hustled with Bad Boy for
Yeah, so
a
he's on
decade
it for
plus.
30 years.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been on it for, a few decades, and got work with people like Diddy and the whole almost the first wave of Bad Boy with Biggie and all of that going. I mean, to now, doing his own thing, his own publishing company. So check that out. Yeah, he very, very good story of, hey, if you're going to make it happen, it's always a way.
Yeah. And it's actually, I mean, it's up to you
Yeah.
whether you want to make it happen or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it all comes down to you. Is the advice. I mean, you can, it's always great pieces of advice, but if it's up to you to say, okay, I'm going to do this thing that I'm really into, and I'm going to make it happen no matter what.
No matter what.
So
Tools are available.
Yeah, tools are available. Speaking of tools and gear, we'll kind of get a little bit into today's gig.
One of the
yeah, I guess we're actually doing a
fourth.
series still. Yeah,
today's the last one.
It's the last in a series of 4. Hopefully they bring it back. We're doing Christian McBride's. I can't remember if it's on the Lowdown.
Lowdown. Yeah.
Lowdown. He has a few shows. Sorry about that. Totally. But this one is on Sirius XM. Tonight's guest is Regina Carter, violinist, amazing violinist. I've heard. I've got.
He always brings
a couple
great
of her
guests.
albums. Yes. Last week was Steve Torre. He's trombonist. Plays on the SNL band.
Toured with Ray Charles.
I think he toured with Dizzy Gillespie as well. Yeah, it's just another great story. And that's the cool thing about this gig is that Christian interviews these legendary artists, with him being a legend as well, and talking about how they started, and it's a pretty amazing thing. Another great gig to be a part of. Hearing these great stories and
learning more.
And just learning more, and it's just more and more great knowledge.
I will never forget when he said it last week to Ray. It's like, man, I'm still scratching the surface.
Oh yeah, he's turning 70 this year, so I'm just
toured with Ray Charles. He's scratching the surface. I felt so small. I was like, what we're doing?
Yeah. Hey, when I hear Steve Remote at 41 years, and he's like, man, he basically said the same thing I felt in that interview. It was like, as long as I've been doing it, I'm still scratching the surface. So, I think that's a fantastic thing, though, to still have that guster to want to learn more. Because that's
get better.
To want to get better and not just feel like, oh, I got this. It's like, I got a firm handle on certain things, but hey, it's always more to learn.
Especially if you want to be amazing.
Yeah,
like
and
he was saying.
Yes, exactly.
It takes a little bit more. It takes not 10,000 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So, so we're using our usual setup on this gig. We're gonna use the Claret 8 Pre X. to record tonight's show.
Christian, a couple instruments, couple vocal lines.
Yep, and again, that's a great thing about this gig is that there's the conversation, and then they also play as well. So we get the best of both worlds on this gig with Christian on upright bass, which we use the Ear Trumpet Labs Nadine bass mic on, which is fantastic. It just sits, it's a shock mounted large diaphragm condenser that sits right on Christian strings, so it's always there. And then that goes
Solid.
through the Phoenix Audio EQ preamp, one channel banger that just sits his bass right on top of any mix I do, whether it's live or we do some studio stuff with other people as well with that setup. It's just a great setup with Wire World XLR and Klotz XLR, which is
Klotz Split Snake.
Yep, Klotz split snake on the whole thing. Klotz cables on the rest of the XLRs.
Yeah, because we got to send one side to the recorders and
and are we gonna do
and the other and it goes to the house too.
Uh-huh.
Because we need to make sure audience hears
Yep.
the interview and the performance.
Yep. So yeah, we bring out our split snake for that. So we don't even have to deal with front of house or monitors or anybody else touching our gain, which is the key thing you need in a great
make sure it's
is
not
a
distorting.
good, it's great gain structure. So yeah, and then what are we gonna do? Violin. We're gonna do a large diaphragm or pencil.
Probably. Well, we'll bring both and we'll see. Well, unless she has something, because sometimes they bring their own.
Oh yeah, that's true. She may have her own clip on or something.
Yeah, so yeah, if she does, if she doesn't, then
yeah.
Museum got their own lute set up.
Yeah, they got the 240 LCT.
240 Pro.
240. Oh yeah, Pro. Excuse
which
me.
Which we're gonna do another episode with Ryan Maloney. So stay tuned for that.
Yes.
We're going to the museum in Harlem.
Exactly. When we did their audio setup, their latest audio setup that you can see on YouTube. So they'll do live shows that they don't necessarily need us for, but they want to archive. So we set up their archiving.
Via YouTube.
Yeah, we set up their archiving system, and So
yeah, we're gonna have a couple episodes on just museum and speaking to Ryan, but yeah.
All right.
I think that's it, right?
All right.
For this episode.
Yep. Thank you for listening. And you I don't know if you could hear the ice cream truck. So it's warm in New Jersey. So
nice. The summertime.
Yeah, the summertime. The ice cream trucks are out. I hope everybody's enjoying their summer. Thanks again for listening. Please spread the word. And also, please comment in iTunes.
Review.
And do a review for us. It gets us found a little better. And
Indeed.
Gets us out there. And we can continue bringing this content out to you. Thank you again. Listen to us on iTunes.
Podbean,
YouTube.
Spotify,
iHeartRadio. As well as the other podcasts we were talking about as well. Both of those with Joy.
Go to oneofoneproductions.com.
Yeah, you can go to one, and that's ONE of ONEproductions.com. One of One Productions. You can see all the podcasts that we produce, as well as this one.
And hear great stories.
And hear fantastic stories about business, entertainment, as well as some beauty podcasts that are coming up.
The
so
beauty podcast is solid too. So.
As well. So
yeah, guys.
Thanks again for supporting us, and we'll talk to you in a few.
Yes.
Let's go.
Stay tuned. Let's go.
For more information of booking 23DB Productions, visit their website at 23dbproductions.com. Like and follow 23dB Productions at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter for the latest work.